Week 8 recap. We got Chris back on. This is back-to-back weeks, right, for Chris?
Back to back.
Welcome back on Week 8 recap. Before we get into the matchups, we got quite a day for trading both in the NFL and in our fantasy league. And it was the trade deadline for the NFL today, and it really made some people in our league get some trades going. Real quick, let's talk about a couple of them. The first one between Noah and Bart and Zach. Noah gets Devontae Adams, Damian Pierce, and Darren Waller. Bart and Zach get Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift, Dallas Goedert. So running back, it was all the same positions, three for
Same
three.
positions.
Who do you think won that trade?
What does Goddard do? I don't know. I'm gonna go with Trabb. Face
Okay,
fuck. Team
okay.
face fuck. Knee jerk
They
reaction.
face fucked Noah.
They I would not call it was a light application of
It
face
was
fucking.
it was you know
It just
it was
inserted. Just
consensual.
consensual. Yeah. I think all of these trades are consensual, but I think DeAndre Swift coming back, he proved himself this week, and then they already said that he wasn't 100%. He did what he did. Keenan Allen, he came from me. Um, he's also like you have two guys right there that are like that were injured and kind of come back. That means they are a little bit healthier than Adams and Pierce, who have obviously been playing a whole season.
Mm,
That
yep.
makes sense.
I'll go with Bart and Zach there, but I really think that it's extremely close. I don't think this was one sided really either
No,
way.
not at all.
I
No.
think that Bart and Zach get an upgrade with DeAndre Swift at running back over Pierce, who's Pierce has been really good. But
Mm.
Swift to me is one of the top guys when he's healthy. Even splitting carries with Jamal Williams, he's still phenomenal. So
Mm.
I mean, he's got room to even get better because Jamal Williams every game steals 2 touchdowns from him, and Swift still gets 20 plus points. So,
Right.
yeah, I think they upgraded at running back, which they really needed.
Mm.
Downgrade big time at wide receiver because I'm nervous about Keenan Allen coming back from injury, but they're strong at wide receiver. So I think they
True.
could afford to do that. And I don't know who was trying to improve at tight end here, but the way Darren Waller's been, I think that Bart and Zach actually improved at tight end by getting Dallas Goedert over Darren Waller. But again, I think it's really close. I mean, Noah has really strong running backs, and now he adds Devontae Adams. I think it kind of made sense both ways.
Yeah,
And
yeah. His wide receivers already were a little sketchy to begin with. They
yeah,
still performed for him every week, but they were just like on paper
yeah,
sketchy,
yeah.
I guess.
The second
Um,
trade between for Team Facefuck, who's been sending out so many offers today, as I'm sure everybody knows, was a 1-for-1. Sam gets Gabe Davis and Bart and Zach get Tua. This to me makes both teams a lot better. This is one of those trades that I
yeah.
mean, Bart and Zach haven't had a consistent play from their quarterback spot all year. Tua's healthy now. He looked phenomenal last week. They get Tua. And Sam wasn't going to use Tua. He's got Josh Allen. He has the Josh Allen Gabe Davis stack now, if he wants it. Which Gabe Davis is the young Mike Williams. Basically, he's either going to get you 2 points or he's going to get you 30. But he certainly has that big play potential with Josh Allen. So Sam can stack the best offense in the league, and Bart and Zach get a QB. So who do you like there? I don't even think I can pick a winner there. I think both teams win that trade.
Both teams win, but just because I drafted Tua in the final round of the draft, I'm picking
There you
face
go.
fuck
There you go.
because I knew ahead before everybody else. Just want to put it out there.
Just didn't hold on to him
Just didn't hold on to him. I obviously needed to put a quarterback in there when he got when he died.
when he yeah. So the last trade that happened today, this was all within like 2 hours. Sam and Andre. This is
It's like a piggyback. Like Noah trades with Bart. Bart trades with Sam.
Sam
Sam
trades with
trades with
Andre. Now
yeah.
Andre is putting players on the trade block. Who's next?
Yeah. So
Sam
we'll see who
gets
the next person
Mark
is.
Andrews and Ramondre Stevenson. Andre gets Jonathan Taylor, Kyle Pitts,
Mm.
and Romeo Dubs. This is because Taylor has been super. Taylor and Pitts, both drafted by Sam, have been maybe the two most disappointing draft picks in the first couple of rounds so far this year. But Pitts just had a big week, and Jonathan Taylor last season also started very slow. Now, granted, we're into we're this was week 8, right? So
Mm.
we're well past the point. By this time last year, Taylor had started to pick it up and was one of the best running backs in the league. But still, he started off slow last year. He's obviously been hurt. So if he gets healthier and Andre's getting the Jonathan, even anything close to the Jonathan Taylor that Sam thought he was drafting at 2, then Dre probably wins the trade. I don't know if that happens, though. Mark Andrews is banged up, but Ramondre Stevenson has been phenomenal.
Skype call right now? Yeah.
Chris has a special guest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
but
doing a fantasy recap. We do a fantasy football recap every week. So.
All right, we're back. I was just saying Ramondre Stevenson, I think, has been phenomenal. And even with Damian Harris coming back, it seems like it might be Stevenson's backfield. So I might
Stevenson's backfield.
So it depends what happens. I still believe in Jonathan Taylor, so I'll go with Andre, but it's really hard to pick a winner here, not knowing what you're going to get from Taylor and Pitts. Who do you like in that trade?
I'm picking Sam. I've always said Sam's team's been the best, and I still think that it is. I don't like Kyle Pitts at all. He is fraudulent. This last week was a fraudulent week. Romeo Dobbs is just a little sprinkle on top.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
I don't really care. But I think Mark Andrews is a big upgrade, obviously. I mean, I was just looking at it earlier because I saw I had the mute, right? You're ripping right now? Huh? You're ripping right now? I was looking at the tight end rankings, right? Because I was like, oh, the mute I have is like 9th ranked. So I checked. He had like 60 points. I was like, how far down is he? It is so I couldn't believe what I saw. It was like Mark Andrews, Kelsey, 120 points each on the season. 3rd was like 80.
Yeah. Huge gap if you don't have one of those two for sure. So let's get into the matchups now after those 3 trades. So Noah got his first weekly prize this season, 172 to 144 win over Andre. It was an extremely high scoring week. 141.3 was the league median, which is insane. We've literally had weeks where the weekly prize has been less than that, where nobody scored that. And that was the median this week. So Noah took the weekly prize from you at the last second on Monday night. Behind 25 points from Nick Chubb. He had 35 from Derrick Henry. That running back duo has been unbelievable. And 22 from Amari Cooper. Oh, he had Chubb and Amari Cooper on that Monday night game to come and steal it from you with 47.
I mean, based on the trade that he did, his team looks scary because you still have the Chubb Henry backfield, Amari
and Devontae Adams,
and Cooper and Adams, and then Waller at the tight end position. So
yeah, and he can go Pierce in the flex or what. But so Noah's looking pretty good right now. That win moved him to 8-8 in 6th place. We have 4 people.
Oh, plus currently. He has Mostert on his bench, and it is his backfield now.
He does. So Chase Edmonds is gone, but Jeff Wilson's in town though, and you know who else is there? Clearly, they didn't care about the gas man.
The gas, he just mentioned that. Yeah, the gas man. I saw that he's on. I thought up one on the depth chart,
and then right back down when Jeff Wilson gets traded
on sleeper. I was like, oh my god, there he is.
But tough loss for Andre, who put up 144, but he did just barely get that league median, so he went 1-1 for the week. These are 2 of the teams that are tied at 8-8. Like I said, we got 4 teams in the middle of the standings tied at 8-8, separated only by points. Andre's in 4th. And Noah's in 6th right now, both 8-8. But Dalvin Cook finally had a big game for Dre. Lamar had his first normal game all year. It's been either 48 or 10. And he finally met somewhere in the middle with 25, 21 from Stevenson, who he just traded. And Diggs did what Diggs always does. So not quite enough for him. Andrews being hurt has obviously hurt Andre, but still got the 1 win to go 1-1 on the week.
Yeah, Debo being out definitely hurts.
That hurt a lot. And so like I said, you were the second highest scorer. Thought you had that weekly prize coming your way until Noah took it. But 169 to 98 over first place Drew put him to 0-2 on the week. And that was 169 points while getting 1.94 from the quarterback position. You started Derek Carr, who had 100 passing yards and 1 pick, and that's it. But it didn't matter because you had 42 from Alvin Kamara, 39 from AJ Brown, and 33 from DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, I can't complain with that. Really couldn't. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be a stat padding week for Kamara. And then obviously the Derek Carr thing, that was a mistake on my end. meant to put Cousins in once I heard Waller and Adams were out. But then of course they went back in. Then they became active
Would
after
have,
that.
yeah,
So like,
would have been a
who's
weekly
to say would I have
prize.
switched back? Would I have switched if I had known? So
Would have been what a weekly prize and about 180 points. More than that, 185 points if you had played
yeah,
Kirk Cousins. But either way, you get the win. You go 2-0 in the week, and you jumped. What place were you in? Sixth going into this week? You jumped
I think I was in maybe even in seventh. I
seventh.
might have been on the outside of the
You
playoff thing.
jumped to third place with this 2-0, the 2-0 week, and all those points. 9-7 in third place right now, which is just a crazy jump that you've had over the last couple of weeks. But that shows you, right? How even feeling like you're way far behind because of the double matchups, you can make up
Right.
ground quickly. With you've won 5 straight games now. You went 1-1 a couple weeks back and 2-0 the last couple of weeks. So yeah,
Right.
all the way up to third. Drew is
Yeah.
12-4 now after going 0-2, but still in first place. So
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think Drew, like, if you could say like Eckler and Kelsey bye week just together,
yep.
like, if I'd be okay with like I go 0-2 that week. I mean,
And
there's
can
not
we
much I can do.
acknowledge before we move on your ridiculous luck with bye weeks?
Yeah.
You played against Drew this week with it was no Eckler and no Kelsey, right?
Yep. Last week, no Josh Allen against Sam.
No Josh Allen for Sam. I think there was another one before that. Was it Joe Mixon or someone like that?
No, I said so next week.
Next week you're playing me, and I don't
I
have
don't want to
Christian
spoil
McCaffrey.
it. No, and then I said I went a week further. It's not a week.
And you have and it's Joe Mixon on bye. I think there was someone else before. You aren't facing any of the top players in the league.
So I'm a fraudulent third place. I'm looking like the Giants.
Is he really good, or
yeah,
is it
he actually good?
Just an easy schedule? Good luck.
Yeah.
We'll find out. I had a big win going 2-0. I desperately needed. This was a matchup of the two bottom teams in the league between me and Kyle, and we knew going in if one of these teams went 0-2, it was really going to be difficult to make a comeback and get into the playoff race, and that's what it's kind of looking like for Kyle right now, sitting at 4-12. But big week for me, going 166, moving to 6-10, only 2 games behind all 4 teams that are tied right in the middle. So this is good momentum for me. Finally, I feel like I'm into the mix of things now. Had 36 from Jalen Hurts, 42 from Christian McCaffrey, and 30 from Jalen Waddle. So those 3 alone really did it for me.
Must be great to see. First full week in the 49ers uniform for McCaffrey.
And he
puts up
unbelievable. Oh my God. It's just, I've been putting him on a good offense. Now, granted, they didn't have Debo this week, so I expect that he won't get quite this many touches, especially going 8 catches for 9 targets. I mean, he certainly could do that, but Debo coming back might get some carries and some targets. But regardless, McCaffrey on a good offense, actually able to get some touchdowns. He had a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown. So this is why I drafted him first. I said, you know what? Any player can get hurt. McCaffrey's healthy right now. I certainly didn't expect him to get traded to a great offense. Didn't see that coming, but it's even better. So I couldn't be more excited about McCaffrey on the 49ers, except now that he's going into his bye week when I play against the hottest team in the league. For Kyle, it was 110, which for the standards of this week wasn't very good. Really didn't have any great performances. His defense actually scored not quite the most points. Stafford had 19, but his defense had 16. So overall, not a great week for Kyle, who did have Zeke out. Jamar Chase obviously is out right now. He's lost J.K. Dobbins. So it's been a tough year. And also he has had injuries and some bad luck here too. But Kyle is definitely clinging onto that trophy for as long as he possibly can.
Yeah, I'm shocked Darrell Henderson put up only 5 points coming off of a bye week. I would have figured the Rams would have figured something out.
Yeah,
only
they
putting
really
up 14 points against the divisional rival. But it's so sad though, because it's like 110. I look down the line, right? And I'm like, solid performance from everybody. This should be enough to win. It's just, of course, he puts this up on the week that like everyone had a player that to go off for 40 something points.
Yep.
Or at least a couple players go for like 50 points together.
Yeah. So
because like you can't complain with like any performance here.
Yeah. I mean, Kyle's not out of it yet. I mean, you still can go 2-0, put a couple 2-0 weeks together. I mean, you went from like 8th place to 3rd place in the matter of 2 or 3 weeks. So he's not out of it, but Kyle really needs to get some wins up on the board. Jake got a 158-103 win over Sam. Sam's been struggling as of late. He's lost 6 straight. He's gone 0-2 in all
Yeah,
3
wow,
of the
that's
last
crazy.
3
Eight
weeks.
and two. Now he's 8-8.
And he's
So
now changed his name to the Curse of Noah Aiello because when Noah was on the recap, talked about how great Sam's team looked. Sam hasn't won a single game against his opponent or the league median since that happened.
it's insane.
Obviously, Sam made the trades that we talked about in the beginning, but it was a really good week for Jake, who stays in second place. He's 11-5, goes 2-0 on the week. Getting Dak back for his quarterback spot was definitely a good thing for him with 29. Travis Etienne looks like he's just going to be really, really good now without James Robinson there. He's getting all the touches, 24 carries and 3 catches, 25 fantasy points. Little scare with Cooper Kupp at the end of the game getting hurt, but it sounds like that's probably not too serious. So hopefully for Jake, that's the case. 22 from him and then 33 from Tony Pollard, who just looked phenomenal. So hopefully for Jake, Zeke's out a little longer because
Zeke's out wild. Yep.
Pollard was unbelievable.
Yeah, it is funny though. If Cooper is out, his wide receivers are a little scary. He looks like he'd have to put in Kadarius Toney out there, which is kind of frightening for him. It sucks because Sam's team is very annoying looking in the sense of like you look at the names, you look at the performances, you're like, it should be enough. Like that.
Right.
That's scary. That is so scary.
Mm-hmm. So it'll obviously be different now for Sam kind of going forward with the trades that he just made. And, we'll see what he can do. 103 was one of his worst weeks. Yeah. Yep. So, and obviously for Jake too, one of the big NFL trades today was TJ Hawkinson getting traded from the Lions to the Vikings. So who knows what that'll do for Hawkinson, but yeah, Jake's got him on his team. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe that can solidify his tight end spot a little bit.
Why did he start Higbee over Hawkinson?
I was wondering the same thing. Higbee's been decent, but getting a lot of targets. But yeah, that was not the right call, but it didn't really matter for Jake. He ended up.
I know it didn't matter. I'm just looking at but I know how Jake's brain is now, so
I don't know if anyone knows how Jake's brain is, but Jake went 2-0 in the week. He's 11-5 in second, and Sam falls down to 5th place, and he's one of those 8-8 teams, which is insane after the way that he started the season.
Right.
Last matchup of the week, Hilsey beat Team Facefuck 138-100. And he didn't get the league median at 138 points. That's just insane. He went 1-1. So that's crazy to do that with 138. But Aaron Jones had his back another really good week. DJ Moore out of nowhere. They trade everybody else. Now all the Panthers can do is throw DJ Moore. He's the only good player.
Devonta Foreman and DJ Moore, PJ Walker. Who would have thought like going into that?
All they had to do was get rid of that bum Christian McCaffrey. And now the Panthers are electric.
Yeah, they said, fuck our coach, our college winning coach, fuck our first overall pick quarterback, and fuck our all-time running back. Fuck
XFL quarterback. Devontae Freeman at home, and then let DJ Moore eat. And the Panthers are great, and it's good for Hilsey too. With 27 points from DJ Moore, 21 from Jacoby Myers, who has been really, really good this year. And this was all with Justin Herbert on bye. So Hilsey gets Herbert back next week, 1-1 this week to push him to another 8-8 team in 7th place.
And 2 big things for Hilsey in terms of NFL trades. You have Nyheim Hines on the Bills now, and Chase Edmonds on the Broncos.
Yep. So a couple running backs moving. Who knows if those are good or bad things for those guys? I got no idea, but Hilsey's RB2 spot's probably his weakest right now, so he could really use one of those guys emerging. And bad week for Bart and Zach. Obviously, they've just traded everybody, so it's almost not even worth going through their roster. But tough week. They fell back to 9th place. They're 6-10. I jumped them in the standings. Sick brag, but not in second to last now, only in third to last. But yeah, so they're 6-10. But again, like I said about me, right in the middle of the mix. They go 2-0 next week. They're right there for the playoffs. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, their team is like with the trades that they've made. Now looking at their full roster, it kind of like I like their trade a little bit more. I didn't know Irv Smith went on IR. Who knows if Waller's hamstring is back? So that Goddard trade makes a little bit more sense for them. You got Mike Thomas, Keenan Allen just waiting. Hopefully they can hold out. If Facefuck can hold out long enough to reap those 2 benefits,
then it'd be good.
Who knows?
Could be good for them. So looking ahead to week 9. Hopefully we get another high scoring week again. But yeah, week 9. I just realized I need to come up with a matchup of the week, so I'm going to do that on the fly right now.
Oh, I already have it. It's Dre and
I think
Hilshi. They're 8-8. They're the only two 8-8 teams going against each other.
We'll have to see. I got a different
That's
one.
mine.
I got a different one. Chris's matchup of the week will be that one. We got Andre versus Hilshi, both 8-8 teams going up.
It's crazy because
against each
4
other.
against 7. That's
Right.
kind of wild.
Right.
8-8, 4 against 7.
Me and you going head to head next week. I've got most of my team on bye. Laying the groundwork on those excuses. No Christian McCaffrey. And the Thursday night game for our matchup is going to be extremely exciting because it's the Eagles, and we're going to have Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith for me. You have AJ Brown. So that'll be big Thursday night game for us. And we got Sam trying to get back in the win column at 8-8, taking on Bart and Zach in 9th. Kyle desperately needing a win in 10th, facing Jake in 2nd place. Like you said, your matchup of the week, Andre and Hilshi, both 8-8. And then I'm going to go with who you've called the reverse Kirk Cousins, Drew Manise. Anytime he gets into a primetime matchup, he lights it up. And he's been out of the weekly matchup of the week for the last couple of weeks, and he started struggling a little bit. And by struggling, I mean he lost like once, but I'm putting him back in. Probably a good thing for Drew. He's 12 in first place going up against Noah at 8-8. So that'll be a good
All right. I think so.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. Talking some trades this week was pretty exciting. And
absolutely.
Terrible luck next week.
Eat my ass.
There we Kenyon Drake his ass.
Kenyon Drake his ass.
Never forget. Thanks for joining.
Never forget. Peace out.